my name is Cheyanne Kirsch, and I'm a senior at Northwestern High School. Over the years, I've been involved with a lot of activities, including drama club and marching band and student council, and pretty much anything else you can think of. And due to all these different activities I've done, I ended up pretty burnt out by freshman year alone. And I like to say that I had senioritis. If you don't know what senioritis is, that's when you get to your last couple of months of high school and you go, I don't have to do anything else. Well, I had that when I walked in on the first day of freshman year. So at this point in my life, I had fallen in love. I was very in love as a cute little freshman, and I had decided that I didn't want to go to college. I was going to go study phlebotomy for 9 months and spend my life poking people in the arm because that sounded like a good life to me. Well, I was very content with all of this until I took a pregnancy test and saw 2 little pink lines, and my life changed forever. I was full of fear and anxiety of what I was going to do, but I still had so much joy in my heart over this gift that God had decided to give me. So I decided I'd be starting a whole new chapter of my life. Well, this chapter sucked. I went through a lot of heartbreak, and I developed a lot of anxiety throughout my pregnancy, and what I thought would be a joyous transformation was actually a very difficult one. But I decided to not give up. I looked to inspiration like my mother, who for the most part was a single mom most of my life, and I knew that I didn't want to give up and that I wanted to work harder to be a good mom. So then came the day that would make me hate Wegmans forever. And my mom and I were shopping in Wegmans, looking for some raspberry tea to induce labor, and my water broke right there in the aisle as we went to buy the tea, which should have put me into labor. It worked really fast. So I went through labor and decided I wanted to go all natural, no drugs. And that was really hard. And I remember being in labor and everyone telling me that I was so strong and I was doing so good, and I looked at them and I said, no, I'm not. I'm not doing good. And it wasn't until afterwards that I realized that I really was doing good and I was really strong for going through what I was going through. So my next step in my life was to go through recovery, physically and mentally. So I also had to get back into school. I missed 5 weeks of school, and I had a tutor come to me from my school to bring me my homework, and I had to teach myself the first 5 weeks of chemistry and trigonometry on my own. That was pretty rough. And at about the 3-week point, I had decided to force my baby daddy to come meet my daughter, and this kind of led to the final heartbreak in this situation, and so from now we're going to refer to him as the sperm donor, and he kind of loses his place in the story from now on. So I came back to school, I was welcomed with open arms, and I started to recover from my anxieties between heartbreak and being a single mom, and life went on. So we fast forward a little bit, and my daughter Marzipan turned 1. And that's where I really realized that I was doing okay and that I had made it through a year of school, and she was alive and healthy, and I was happy, and life was good. And so this is where the chapter comes in, where I came into new love. And so a very, very close friend of mine decided he wanted to go on a date with me. And so we decided to baptize him by fire and take him on a date with my entire family. And he did great, and he has been in my life for so long, and he's been such a great support system, and him and my daughter are the cutest 2 people in the world, and they absolutely adore each other, and this kind of brought so much closure to the emotional side of being a teen mom and going through what I went through. So my next step was to apply to college. So I applied, and I got accepted, and I got a very generous scholarship for my academic abilities. So then I decided I was going to go interview at graduate school, which is usually something you don't do for a really long time. But I decided I'd just get it done with ahead of time, and I actually ended up getting accepted. So now my new life is great, and I am doing amazing things, and I'm taking this step to the next point in my life. And this is all thanks to my amazing support system. My mom, my friends, my family, the people people here at school who have helped me so much. And so I decided to reach out and start mentoring other teen moms. And along my journey, I met a mom who had way less support than me, and she had fallen into drugs and alcohol, and she was very much the type of person that you would kind of think of stereotypically as a teen mom. And even though she wasn't the kind of person I would ever talk to, she's not the kind of person I would ever cross paths with, we really had a true connection with the love we had for our daughters, and it made her seem more human to me, and it made me want to reach out and help others, because I realized that I am so lucky, and I just want this for everyone. So at this point in my TED Talk, I'd like to look at some statistics and how Erie County has a higher teen pregnancy rate than the rest of Pennsylvania's average, but this rate is going down. So then I'm going to look at some posters that kind of spread propaganda on why it's bad to be a teen mom. But after we've looked at these posters, how do you think that makes me feel? Most days I can take them as a challenge. When I see a poster that is of a baby and says that I'm less likely to go to college because my mom had me when she was a teenager, that makes me say I'm going to go to college and I'm going to raise my daughter to go to college. But some days, that really hurts, and that's really discouraging. And although I think we need things like this to keep other people from having children so young, I think we still need to give support to teen moms because we don't want to put them down. We need support and reassurance, even just some kind words or a helping hand. Because I don't condone being a teen mom. I'll be honest, this is really hard, and my journey has been a struggle, but it's part of my story, and it's part of so many others. Thank you.
All right.